Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Now Jones. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries for an even 100 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left.
Open man downfield, that's Marshall.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And Davis with it left side.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 19.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Being chased out left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Ready. Let's go.
They'll look to throw.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now back to throw.
Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And the Lions are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Let's go.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Dobbins once more. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit.
J.K. Dobbins.
His 21st touchdown of the season.
And the Lions have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The numbers for Sanders last week: 15 carries, 61 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Options galore here, second and a few inches.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And this time they're waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Throwing Jones. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Going for it with Sanders. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles. And it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. Wide open. It's Marshall complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal.
Come on, set.
They'll go with the keeper. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. Scoring on the sneak from a yard out.
And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 25. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Second down, back to Sanders.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On the slant, he's got Davis. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. It was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
That one into the hands of Adams downfield.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
J.K. Dobbins with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't
Yeah,
you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken.
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can...
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line into the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Hook up of 15 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down, but offensively they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They only got a couple, but a couple is all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
On the double.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. They'll look to throw again. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the...
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half. Point after here coming up. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Jones throw complete to Dotson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
This, the 2nd meeting of these two. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge a successful one. A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Packers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The point after is good, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Down.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's complete to Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. It's Davis. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Packers are going to take over at their own 41. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
From just shy of midfield, Jones to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
And now this ball picked up in the end zone. Remember, this is a live ball. And fortunately here for them, he's going to be taken down before he can gather much momentum on the run back. So no fireworks on the final field goal attempt, and that'll do it for this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Jalen Waddle, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown reception. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Wan'Dale Robinson, a touchdown reception. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Packers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. These two teams going through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Second down and goal. Jones. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and through. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they...
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Second down and 3. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with third and just a yard. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 6, now second and 4. Now Jones. That's swung out wide to Sanders. Down inside the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are back within a score. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. This one taken just inside the 10. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out now come the Lions. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive first and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Mason. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they run. It's Mason.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And this one's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 12, Jones, throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions offense set to take over.
And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Dobbins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 104 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now Mason.
And taken down just shy of the 40.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And this will wind up a Lions 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll run here with Mason.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Let's go.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Davante Adams. His 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
He's got room at the 30. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Always got some breathing room. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to be Packer football.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, change call, because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Now Jones, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well. Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be fourth down.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky, because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The Lions on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is third down and 12. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Here's a give to Dobbins.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Ready.
They'll run on first down. Mason. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Dobbins will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead is up to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
Throwing, Jones.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Back to throw. Jones
going right back to Dotson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Jones now on first and 10. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Back to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Hill.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jones.
Open man is Hill. He's got it.
And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. To throw is Jones.
His throw incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Jones.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it, but even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Another run here with Dobbins. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, it's Mason.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. And they take a knee.
Here we go, set.
One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Lions,
they moved to 7-9 on the year with the win.